Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. My name's Silver and I have a special build for you today. So today we're actually doing something a little bit different than we would normally do. I say normally, what we're building up to be doing normally. And building a not so berry challenge house. I know I'm a bit late to the party. This is a bit of an older challenge, but I've never actually done a legacy challenge, and now that I have a YouTube channel, I thought, what a better way than to share me exploring the game with all of you. And hopefully you guys like that kind of thing. And, well, if not, let me know. But I thought it would be a good bit of fun. And yeah. So it's a challenge done by Always Simming and Lil Simsy, as in, like, they created it. And again, it's something I've always wanted to do, and now I have the perfect opportunity to do it and a reason to. But yeah, we're building in Oasis Springs. It's my favorite world besides Sulani. I'm so sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. She's desperate to get inside the room, but she's a bit loud, so we have to keep her out for a bit. So yeah. Sulani is my favorite world to build in, but as the challenge dictates, the first character is a scientist, and I did not think that that would fit very well in with Sulani's vibe or the, well, anything about Sulani, to be honest. So we're building in Oasis Springs, which is my second favorite world. It is in the base game, so anybody can build here, of course, but it's not a limited pack build. As I'll be doing this in, like, the challenge in my own game, I really felt it was okay to use my, really whatever that I think I would use in my own game, and that's what I did. So we're adding a skylight here, and I really like it. The only problem is that the lighting in Oasis Springs is a little harsh. So I definitely need to tweak the lighting settings in, like the actual lights themselves. I need to change them, but you can't do that from build mode, so. And here we're just adding columns to finish up, like, the build, make it seem a little bit nicer, and some, what is that word? Tiles, like stone tiles. I'm having trouble today speaking, point in case. And I added this, like, kind of, what would you call it? It's not a gazebo. I don't think it's pergola either. It's kind of like an awning area, except stone. So there's that. And we're just adding windows. These are the windows from Get Famous. I really liked them. I thought they fit in with the mid-century vibe so well, considering Del Sol Valley is pretty mid-century. And I did not include the floor plan because I spent like half an hour trying to get the floor plan exactly how I wanted it. So I'm sorry if you wanted to see that, but I would normally include it. It's just for this, it just took way too long. And this house does actually have 3 bedrooms, but I turned one into an office kind of area for the purpose of the scientist sim. If you don't know the rules of the challenge, it's that you have a certain type of sim with certain traits that you maybe wouldn't have played with otherwise, and that's very true for me. I would not have played with them. There is a lot, like, I've never done the scientist career, I believe. I know I've joined it, but then never played it because I went on to build houses and got distracted. But we're using the parenthood counters here, and the, like, kind of aqua blue color just really kind of worked for what I was going for. I used a lot of, like, blues and green hues, blue and green hues, because mint is kind of a spectrum. You can't really say it's one color or the other unless you're, like, actually talking about the plant, in which case it's kind of a dark green. But I went with a more, like, peppermint spearmint kind of color combo, and I think that works all right. And we're using these Get Famous chairs and table because they're just really mid-century. I love the mid-century look. Like, okay, I love a lot of looks, but the mid-century is just it has a special place. I would love to live in a mid-century house. I'm a huge fan, and I'm so sorry, but we added laundry. You guys can suffer with me. I'm gonna make this challenge as hard as I can. But also with the challenge, you play on the normal lifespan, and I cannot remember the last time I played on normal lifespan. I feel like it's rushed and you don't have time to do anything, but that's okay. If you notice here, I deleted the walls so I could put the mirror up because that mirror is just way too high. And if you delete the walls and then raise it up with the 9 key after putting move objects on, you can put it to the height that you'd like. It's a little finicky, but you know, it's better than it being like a ridiculous height. I'm a short person. I can't use that mirror. So it's really kind of unrealistic for me. I guess, you know, my boyfriend would have a great time using it because he's 6'7", so he gets away with anything. But not me. I'm 5'2", so we don't have the same luxury. But I do keep step stools in the house. But Sims are all the same height, so nobody has the extra luxury of being able to be that tall. So yeah, we've moved on to the living room now, and using a base game couch. The blue couch is base game, and the chair is from Get Famous. Yeah, Get Famous. And the couch is from Spa Day. So like I said, it's most definitely not a limited pack build, but it was kind of fun going with like a single color scheme. Again, we do kind of get like the blues and the greens and, you know, a little bit, and yeah, it works. It works. I mean, Get Famous was perfect for what I wanted to do, and yeah, I would live in this house. It is very white though. It is very white and light woods. I typically like that anyway because of the brightness. It just, I don't know, it makes me happier. And I like blue too. It's my second favorite color while we're talking about it. Yellow is the first. Yellow is sunshine color. Stay tuned for that. And adding a lot of plants, of course, because it's me. And we add a bookshelf, and I add the clutter items a little bit later. I take my time a little bit about that. Here I'm adding them, but I don't place them properly yet. And a lot of Parenthood I used because they're the best counters, and ultimately I use the tiles as well. They just work so perfectly for what I was trying to do here. And I wanted the decoration box. I do fit it in because I like picking my own decorations for holidays. It's like, I don't know, it's really fun for me. maybe I'm weird, but I really like that. Maybe it's the realism. I know it's a life simulation game, but like, it's not really real. But maybe that's why I like laundry and setting up my own decorations. I don't know. It's fun for me. Yeah, and we had an umbrella stand because, again, I want to pick my own decorations. And I actually do have custom umbrellas, which, if you guys are interested, I can tell you who makes them, but I'd have to search for it. And they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Okay, why do these paintings not have a white swatch, like, as the frame? It was very frustrating for me because I couldn't necessarily do exactly what I wanted. But we're moving on to the master bedroom. I say master bedroom in a very loose term. It is a small room. And we use this bed from Seasons, which I liked the blue on it, and it went really well with the green from the Seasons pack, the lamp. And I was able to use the Get Famous painting. And this is the guest room. It's a guest room now, but of course it could be a nursery in the future for our pack, which is why I wanted a bigger house. If you don't know, you don't have to stop. Like, you don't have to start with a certain amount of money. You can use your initial cheat of get free real estate and then play your game that way, because these bills are going to be insane. I'm going to be a low-level scientist, and I'm going to have the worst bills ever. Even. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. Adding more plants as usual. Light is important. I do keep these overhead, like, saucer lights. I just sized them down, you'll see later, because, well, they were quite modern. And we're moving on to the office, and I used the Strangerville bookcases. Why can't I speak today? And I wanted a fish tank, so we added a fish tank because I figured it might be a little difficult caring for a pet or whatever, but we can have fish. Fish are nice. I have fish. You know, well, my boyfriend has fish. I don't feed them, but they're pretty. We have a shrimp named Carl. It's great. Here I'm just cluttering up the office. And again, oh, this is important, the element board. You need this for the challenge. You have to fill it up for the challenge. So I thought it was fun. And I added a bit more clutter again. And I kept this room rather bare, the spare room, because I wanted it to be like a spare room until I like designated a character for that room. And finally going through the buy debug and getting some stuff, and then I tried to fit this up there. I need the red shelf back, but it keeps flagging my content as custom content, and it's really frustrating. I don't know why it's doing that because I deleted, so it's definitely not in the build. But yeah, we're just adding some more clutter items to fill out the house a bit more and make it more lived in and more like what I would have. Personally, in my own home, I don't like clutter at all. Like, I like little knickknacks that you have, like maybe a candle here and there, or, you know, eventually if I ever put on Facecam, you guys will see my bookshelf, and it's full of books and little knickknacks and stuff. But that's because they have a place. I don't like clutter. I don't like mess or anything like that. And that's just me personally, but I tend to like make my builds a little bit like that because I'm like that in real life. Those blinds are from My First Pet Stuff. I don't care what anyone says. It's a great pack. I like it a lot, and I think it's just because we don't have kid stuff. I don't know if I talked about this before previously, but we don't have a lot of kid stuff, and I don't have kids room stuff either. For some reason, Origin won't let me buy it. Don't know. But, yeah. So we don't have a lot, and I really like the fun it brings. I think it's a great pack. We're finally adding color to the house. And we go with like this kind of bright minty color. I really liked it, and it worked for me, and I'm finally putting these where they should go. Finally. And yeah, I like it a lot. It's a problem. I like I like all builds. It's just so much fun. You can't help but fall in love with your own creations, you know, and unless it's, you know, maybe not as great as you wanted it to be. But I'm adding stone as well and tile here because I really thought the stone made it very kind of mid-century. I love using stone with tiles and woods and paints, like a complete mix-up, you know, when you're doing mid-century modern. I feel like that's like the best time to do that. And I do change this color. It wasn't minty enough for me. It wasn't bright enough. I needed like sunshine bright, and the one we do end up picking isn't sunshine bright, but it was okay. And I spent forever trying to find the matching bricks. Maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know, but I could not find them. And then I tried this one and I was like, no, it's too dark. It was just too dark. When I think of mint, I mean, yeah, I know the actual plant is dark green. I think like bright green, like pastel. I don't know. I don't know. You'll see tomorrow when I upload my first episode what I think mint really is. And here I'm just using a rug to make a pathway. I love doing this. I've never done this before, but I've had a lot of fun doing it, and I think it turned out really nicely because it just framed the area a little bit better and was more organic, I want to say. And it looks like stones, so. I didn't change the color though because I wanted it to look fake. Not fake as in their rugs, but fake as in like this was perfectly placed in exactly the right spot, you know? Like like if you see in movies like of the 60s or 70s or whenever it was, of these mid-century modern houses, and you have the perfect garden, you know, like picture perfect, out of a magazine. That's kind of what I was going for. And I think those are from Spa Day. They're just like little planter boxes, and I really liked that wall was just way too bare. So we're moving on to the backyard now. I say backyard, like the back patio. And we use the backyard stuff table. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called, but I'm not sure. And I added a grill because it needed a grill, and we also add a pool. I know that makes the house more expensive, but it seemed like fun, and I think she's gonna be a great parent, and you know, they can have fun in the pool. Man, those bills are gonna be really expensive. But that's okay, we'll work for it. We might have to have our electricity shut off, but that's okay. It'll be fine. We'll be okay. And I had a wind chime there, but I ultimately moved it because I totally forgot that the roof doesn't connect at the same spot. And here I spent forever messing with the fences. In the end, we do actually use a, what's it called? A half wall with a little fence on it. You'll see in a second. But I really liked the way it turned out. And once again, I did a lot of landscaping because plants. Plants are friends. We like plants. And I used the stone as well to give it, so it matched really. And these are the colors we went with. Yeah, and I just made it higher so that it would match up perfectly. And yeah, I had fun with it. I thought it worked. And I'm just moving this because I wanted to put it in the back as well. But why did that connect on one side and then not the other? I don't know, but it did. So I was going to try to use a chimney, and then I realized how dumb that was because it wasn't going to look good. So I opened up the Live Edit Objects cheat, and we add some stops there, and that matches the columns that we have in the back as well, so I thought it would work just fine. And here I'm fiddling with this again. But we're just moving on to the landscaping now. I did use a lot of stuff from Island Living, and I think it worked. I've never used this blue swatch of that plant, so, you know, it worked for what I was doing, because obviously it's a not-so-berry challenge, and blue is our friend right now. Blue and green. Even so, we used the flowers, and I had to lower the foundation to get it to fit, and I didn't want it to go through the wall, so we size it down, and it works pretty well. And I add some other Live Edit objects, a lot from Strangerville. They have some nice like cactus things like that, like little cacti. It's really cute. But I love that the Island Living stuff really does fit in almost every other world. It just really is pretty. It's a vibrant plant. It's nice. So yeah, it's how I would personally do my landscaping. I mean, maybe it's too much, but in my opinion, you can't have too many plants. All right. On that note, we're just finishing up now with the landscaping, so I'm gonna head off now. Stay tuned tomorrow for my first release of the Let's Play, and the screenshots will be coming up in a moment. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, let me know in the comments, and show your support by tapping the like button and subscribe for more builds. If you'd like this build in your game, it's up on the gallery under my username, SilverPlumBobs. Have a great day. Bye!